Hello all, I am Dr. Prabhas Sanjanbal. In today's class, we will discuss about the types of grammar. In the previous classes, we have already discussed about what is the meaning of grammar and the problems that are related to the grammars. Okay, but in today's class, we will discuss mainly the types of grammar. Okay, see here the first grammar. The first grammar, type 3 grammar. The first grammar is called type 3 grammar. Type 3 grammar is called as RG. RG means a regular grammar. This is called regular. This is called RG means regular grammar. Okay. So type 3 grammar is of two types. Type 3 grammar is of two types. First one is right linear grammar. Right linear grammar. Second one is left linear grammar. Right linear grammar and left linear grammar. So if the grammar is in the form right linear grammar, then we can the grammar like this. We can say the grammar is called as type 3 grammar. If the grammar is in the form of left linear grammar, then we can call it as regular grammar or type 3 grammar. See here, what is the meaning of right linear grammar? What is the meaning of right? That means what? If the grammar is either right linear or left linear, then this grammar is called as regular grammar, or it is also called as type 3 grammar. So what is the meaning of regular grammar? Sorry, what is the meaning of right linear grammar? Right linear grammar, if the grammar is in the form, a to xb slash x, if the grammar is in the form a to xb slash x, so it is called as right linear grammar. That means what? Since it is right linear, so in the rightmost element is non-terminal. The rightmost element is non-terminal. Okay. The rightmost element is non-terminal. So what is the meaning of left linear grammar? Left linear grammar, if the grammar is in the form a to bx slash x, then it is called as left linear grammar. So in the left linear grammar, the leftmost part is called non-terminal. The leftmost part is here non-terminal. But in the right linear grammar, the rightmost part is non-terminal. In the left linear grammar, the leftmost part is non-terminal. Where A, B here, A and B means here A, here B, here A, here B. Both are A, B called as variables. A, B belongs to V means variables, and X belongs to summation star. Summation star means here summation is called input alphabet. Summation is called input alphabet. Let the input alphabet equal to AB. Let the input alphabet equal to AB means what? Here X belongs to A comma B whole star. A comma B whole star. Okay. So type 3 grammar means it is called a regular grammar. RG means regular grammar. If the grammar is in the form right linear grammar or left linear grammar, this is called a regular grammar. What is the meaning of right linear grammar? Right linear grammar means if the grammar is in the form a to xb slash x, then it is called a right linear grammar. If the grammar is in the form a to bx slash x, then it is called left linear grammar. In the left linear grammar, the leftmost part is non-terminal. In the right linear grammar, the rightmost part is non-terminal. Okay. Now we'll see the second type grammar. Next type of grammar is called type 2 grammar. Type 2 grammar is called CFG grammar. CFG means context free grammar. Context free grammar. CFG means context free grammar. Okay. So what is type 2 grammar? If the grammar is in the form a to alpha, it it is called as type 2 grammar, where A belongs to V means variable, where A belongs to V means variable or non-terminal, and alpha belongs to V plus T whole star, V plus T whole star. V means here, V means variable, V means variable, and T means terminal. The T means terminal. Okay, terminal means small letters, variable or non-terminal means capital letters, variable means capital letters, T means small letters. Okay, so alpha belongs to what? V plus T whole star. Here A belongs to variable. So if the grammar is in the form A to alpha, so this is called type 2 grammar. Next we'll see the next grammar is called as type 1 grammar. Type 1 grammar is called CSC grammar. CSC means context sensitive grammar. Context sensitive grammar. Okay. Type 1 grammar. What is the meaning of type 1 grammar? If the grammar is in the form alpha to beta, if the grammar is in the form of alpha to beta, and the condition is here, length of alpha is less or equal to length of beta. Here condition is length of alpha is always less or equal to length of beta. This is called type 1 grammar, where alpha beta belongs to V plus T whole plus, V plus 2 whole plus. Here alpha belongs to V plus T whole star. Star means it contains epsilon, but V plus T whole plus means positive closure. Plus means positive closure, means this set does not contain epsilon. This set does not contain epsilon. Okay, V means variable and T means terminal. Variable means it is also called non-terminal, means capital letters is called variable. Terminal means small letters is called as terminals. Okay. Next we will see type 0. Next we will see the type 0 grammar. Type 0 grammar is called UG. UG means unrestricted grammar. Unrestricted grammar. This is called type 0 grammar. Type 0 grammar means unrestricted grammar is called as type 0 grammar. If the grammar is in the form alpha to beta, then it is called as type 0 grammar. So what is the difference between type 1 and type 0? Here in type 1, if the grammar is in the form alpha to beta, it's called as type 1 grammar. If the grammar is in the form alpha to beta, it is called as type 0 grammar. But one difference is in type 1 and type 2 here. Type 0 and type 1, both grammars form is same. But one condition is here. The condition is length of alpha is less or equal to length of beta. This is called type 1 grammar. But here there is no restriction. If any grammar is in the form alpha to beta, that means type 0 grammar. But if any grammar is in the form alpha to beta and length of alpha is always less than length of beta, then it is called the type 1 grammar. This is the difference. The difference is only the restriction. The difference is only this restriction. Okay, between the type 0 and type 1 grammar. But here alpha belongs to B plus T whole plus and beta belongs to B plus T whole star. But here alpha beta both belongs to B plus T whole plus, means alpha belongs to B plus T whole plus, beta belongs to B plus T whole plus, but here only difference is beta, but alpha in both cases same. Alpha here B plus T whole plus, here alpha is B plus T whole plus, but here beta is B plus T whole plus and beta is here B plus T whole star. This is the difference. Okay, so these are the types of grammar. Okay, later we'll discuss about some examples that are related to the types of grammar. Okay, now we'll see the next concept, linear grammar. So what is linear grammar? In any grammar, if there exists LHS means, here LHS means left hand side one non-terminal, and RHS, in the RHS at most one non-terminal. In the LHS one non-terminal, and in the RHS at most one non-terminal is called as linear grammar. It's called as linear grammar. Okay, see here. In any grammar, if there exists LHS side one non-terminal, but in the RHS side at most one non-terminal, is called as linear grammar. Okay, see here. The next point, the linear grammar may be left linear grammar, may be left linear grammar, may be middle linear grammar, may be right linear grammar. The linear grammar may be left linear, may be middle linear, may be right linear grammar. Okay, so it may be left, it may be middle, it may be a right linear grammar. Every linear grammar is of three types. It may be left linear grammar, it may be middle linear grammar, or it may be right linear grammar. Okay, so what is the third point? The third point is, if the grammar is either left linear, or right linear, then it is called as regular grammar, means RG. Okay, if the linear grammar is either left linear or right linear, then it is called regular grammar, because we have already discussed in type 3 grammar. We have already discussed in the type 3 grammars here. See here. See here, type 3 grammar. What is the meaning of type 3 grammar? Type 3 grammar is this is called type 3 grammar, it's called a regular grammar. So if the grammar is in the form right linear or left linear, it is called a regular grammar. Means this is the definition. If the linear grammar is either left linear or right linear, it is called regular grammar. Okay, so this is the condition. So say if the grammar is either left linear or right linear, this is called regular grammar. But the linear grammar is of three types: left linear, or middle linear, or right linear. The linear grammar is of either left linear or right linear or middle linear. Okay, if the grammar is either left linear or right linear, then it is called as regular grammar. That means, see here, every linear grammar is either of three types. Means this is left, middle, then right. But every regular grammar is of either left or right linear. So every regular grammar, because here linear grammar is of three types: either left linear or middle linear or right linear. But regular grammar is either left linear or right linear. So regular grammar is the subset of linear grammar. So the regular grammar is the subset of linear grammar. So hence all regular grammars are linear grammar, or regular grammars are linear grammar, but all linear grammars need not be a regular grammar. But all linear grammars need not be a regular grammar. Okay. Now we'll see some examples that are related to the linear grammar and regular grammars. Okay. Okay. So the questions: identify the following grammars. Identify the following grammars are regular or not. Identify the following grammars are regular or not. This is the first example. The first example, S equal to AS, BS, A, B. Okay. See here, all grammars are called as right linear grammar because in the rightmost part is non-terminal. Here rightmost part is non-terminal. So this grammar is called as right linear grammar. Right linear grammar. Since it is right linear grammar, what is the definition? Every regular grammar is either left linear or right linear, then it is called as regular grammar. Since this grammar is called right linear grammar, so it is called as regular grammar. But every regular grammar is also called as linear grammar. Since it is regular grammar, we can also call this grammar as like linear grammar. Okay, because every regular grammar is called linear grammar. Okay, so now we'll see the second question. S2, SA, SB, /A, /B. See here, leftmost part is non-terminal. Here leftmost part is non-terminal. So it is called left linear grammar. Left linear grammar. So this grammar is called as left linear grammar. Since it is left linear grammar, so we can call it as regular grammar. Also we can call it as linear grammar because every regular grammar is called linear grammar. Okay. Now we'll see the third question. Third equal to S, A, S, B, then AP. Here S is called middle linear grammar. Here S is means here the middle linear grammar. S is called middle linear because S is in the middle. Okay, so this grammar is called middle linear grammar. Middle linear grammar. Since it is middle linear grammar, so it is called as linear grammar because every regular grammar is of two types. Either it is left linear grammar or right linear grammar, then it is called regular grammar. Okay, since it is a middle linear grammar, so it is linear grammar. Okay, now we'll see the fourth question. See here, this one is called as right linear grammar. This one is called as left linear grammar. This S is called right linear grammar. This S is called as left linear grammar. Okay, but remember one thing, this grammar contains both right linear grammar and left linear grammar. Means it contains both right linear and left linear grammar. Since this grammar contains both right linear and left linear grammar, so this grammar is called linear grammar, but it is not regular grammar. Means the fourth one is not regular grammar. Why? Because regular grammar is either left linear or right linear, but it does not contain both. Means right linear and left linear at a time. Here, see here in the first question, it contains only right linear. So that's why it is called regular grammar. In the second case, it contains only left linear. So that's why it is called regular grammar. But in the third case, it contains middle linear grammar. That's why it is called linear grammar. But in the fourth case, it contains both right linear and left linear. Since the fourth question means fourth grammar contains both left and right linear grammar, so it is called linear grammar. It's not regular grammar. Okay, these are the questions that are related to the linear grammar and regular grammar. Okay, the next point is called Chomsky analysis. Next point is called Chomsky analysis of grammar. So here we have already discussed about type 3 grammar, type 2 grammar, type 1 grammar, type 0 grammar, type 0 grammar. What is type 3 grammar? Type 3 grammar is called regular grammar. What is type 2 grammar? Type 2 grammar is called context free grammar. What is type 1 grammar? Type 1 grammar is called context sensitive grammar. What is type 0 grammar? Type 0 grammar is called as unrestricted grammar. So here, if a grammar is type 3 means regular grammar, means it is the type 3 grammar is the subset of type 2 grammar, type 1 grammar and type 0 grammar. Type 2 grammar is the subset of type 1 grammar and type 0 grammar. Type 1 grammar is the subset of type 0 grammar. Okay, that means what? Type I plus 1, type I plus 1 is the subset of what? Type I. Suppose if I value equal to 1, so it means type 1 plus 1 means type 2 is the subset of type 1. Type 2 is the subset of type 1, means here type 2 is the subset of type 1. Okay, so type I plus 1 is always the subset of type I. Okay, remember one note point here. Here S2 epsilon is a valid production. S2 epsilon is a valid production of context sensitive grammar. But how? Here, what is context sensitive grammar? First thing, what is context sensitive grammar? The CSG grammar, if the grammar is in the form alpha to beta, if the grammar is in the form of alpha to beta and length of alpha is less or equal to length of beta, then it is called as context sensitive grammar. So now we'll check S2 epsilon is valid or not. See here, S2 epsilon, S belongs to alpha and epsilon belongs to beta or not. Here alpha beta belongs to V plus T whole plus V plus T whole plus. S belongs to V plus T whole plus S, but epsilon does not belongs to V plus T whole plus, because since it is a positive closure, since beta is a positive closure, generally it does not, if the positive closure does not contain any epsilon. But here S2 epsilon generally does not satisfy for context sensitive grammar, but it is one of the exceptional case. Means exceptional case for context sensitive grammar. So S2 epsilon is a valid production of context sensitive grammar. Okay, now okay, this is the Chomsky analysis of grammar. Now we'll see some problems that are related to the types of grammar. Okay, the next question here is identify the types of grammar. Types of grammar means either it is a regular grammar or not, either it is context free grammar or not, either it is unrestricted grammar or not, either it is this grammar is context sensitive grammar or not, or we can say like type 3 grammar or not, type 2 grammar or not, type 1 grammar or not, type 0 grammar or not. So what is the first question? The first grammar equal to S2 AS BSA. So since here always when the question is like just identify the types of grammar, always start from checking, we should start from the type 3 grammar. If it is not type 3, then we'll check type 2. If it is not type 2, then we'll check type 1. If it is not type 1, then we'll check type 0 grammar. Okay. So what is type 3? Type 3 grammar, see here, type 3 grammar, generally there are two types. One is left linear, one is right linear. Left linear means what? A to B x slash x, and right linear means what? A to x b slash x. And here A, B all are variables and x belong to summation star. Okay. So now I'll check this one belongs to left or right or not. Okay. See here, A to AS, AS to AS, it belongs to, it is similar to left linear grammar. Sorry, it is similar to right linear grammar. A to AS production, it is similar to right linear grammar, means this grammar is in the form A to XB, AS to AS. This is called right linear grammar. Now we'll check AS to BS. See here, AS to BS, it belongs to right linear grammar, means it is in the form A to X beta XB. Sorry, it is not beta, X to XB. So it is called right linear grammar. Sorry, right linear. So it is called right linear grammar. So AS to A, generally it belongs to what? A to X form. It is in the form of A to X, AS to A. So it is called what? Right linear grammar. Right linear grammar. Since it is right linear grammar, that means what? It belongs to type 3. It belongs to type 3. Every type 3 is a subset of type 2, type 1, type 0. But here, since it is type 3, so it also satisfies type 2, also satisfies type 1, also satisfies type 0 grammar. Okay. Next, we will see one more question. The second question, AS2, the second question here, AS2, AS, SB, A. Okay. AS2, AS. AS2, AS means what? AS means it is right linear grammar. It is right linear grammar because it is satisfied for A to XB. AS2, SB, AS2, SB, A to SB. A to SB means it is generally satisfied for left linear grammar, left linear grammar. Then AS2A, AS2A, AS2A satisfied for this one means A to X form, A to X form. Okay. But remember one thing, this grammar contains both right linear as well as left linear grammar. Since if the grammar, so what is the meaning of type 3 grammar? Type 3 grammar is either left linear or right linear. So then it is called a type 3 grammar. So since it is not type 3, so it must be type 2. Now what is type 2? We'll check. Type 2. Type 2 grammar is in the form A to alpha. A to alpha. Alpha belongs to B plus T whole star. This grammar is not belongs to type 3. Now we'll check for type 2 grammar. Okay. See here, the left side is one non-terminal. Here, left side is one non-terminal. Right side is the combination of one terminal and one non-terminal. S alpha is the combination of terminal and non-terminal. Now we'll check for the second one. S, the left side is one non-terminal and the right side is here combination of terminal and non-terminal. So non-terminal and terminal. Here also alpha is the combination of a non-terminal and terminal. What is the third production? The third production, the left side is one non-terminal. Here the left side is one non-terminal. The right side is only terminal. Here alpha is also the combination of terminal. Okay. So it is satisfied for type 2 grammar here. So second grammar is called type 2. Since it is type 2, it means type 1 also, type 0 also. Okay. Now we'll see the third question. So what is third question? The third question is, the third grammar is S to AB, A to BB, S to AB, A to BB, B to AB. So now I'll check it is type 3 grammar or type 2 grammar or type 1 grammar or type 0 grammar. Remember one thing, in type 3 grammar, always the left side is one non-terminal and the left side is always one non-terminal. In type 2 grammar, the left side is always one non-terminal. But here, the grammar one production contains what? The left side is two terminals. Sorry, two symbols. Sorry, in the third grammar, the left side means one production contains, the left part of one production contains two symbols. But in type 3, the left symbol is always one. The left symbol is always one. In type 2 also, the production, the left part of the or LHS side, the LHS side of the production is always one symbol. So we should not check. So means this grammar does not belongs to type 3 and also type 2 grammar. So now we'll check for type 1 grammar. So what is type 1 grammar? Type 1 grammar is in the form alpha to beta, where alpha, length of alpha is always less or equal to length of beta, and here alpha beta belongs to b plus t whole plus. Okay, so now we'll check the first production. The left side is S belongs to alpha. Okay, AB, its length is, AB belongs to S, AB belongs to beta, and I'll check the length. Its length is 1, its length is 2. So 1 length means 1 is less or equal to 2 S. So S to AB satisfied for type 1 condition. Now we'll check the second condition. Small a, capital A means A belongs to alpha S, BB belongs to beta S, and its length is 2 and its length is 2. So 2 is less or equal to 2 S, it is satisfied. Now we'll check for the third one. B belongs to alpha S, AB belongs to beta S. Okay, so now we'll check the length. Length means length of alpha is less or equal to length of beta. So its length is 1, its length is 2. So 1 is less or equal to 2. So it is satisfied for type 1 condition. So third grammar is type 1 as well as type 0 as well as type 0. Okay. Now we'll see the fourth question. So here, since the LHS of the production, the LHS part of the grammar contains two symbols, so we should not check type 3 and type 2 grammar. We should not check type 3 and type 2 grammar. So we should start from, let's type 1 grammar. Okay, so now I'll check S to ABC. S belongs to alpha S, ABC belongs to beta S, satisfied, and we'll check the length. Its length is 1 and its length is 3. So 1 is less or equal to 3. S satisfied. Okay, so next we'll check S to epsilon. See here, S to epsilon is a valid production for type 1 or context sensitive grammar. it is a valid production of type 1. Type 1 means what? Context sensitive grammar. Okay. So this one is satisfied for type 1. Now I'll check for second one. Say A, small a belongs to alpha s, BB belongs to beta s, and its length is 2 and its length is 2. 2 is less or equal to 2s. So this one is satisfied for type 1 grammar. Now I'll check for the third production. BB belongs to alpha s and AB belongs to beta s, and its length is 2 and its length is 2. 2 is less or equal to 2. S satisfied, so it is satisfied for type 1 grammar. Then C to B. So C belongs to alpha, S satisfied. So B belongs to beta, S satisfied, and its length is 1 and its length is 1, means 1 is less or equal to 1, S satisfied. So the fourth grammar is satisfied for type 1 grammar. So this grammar is also called type 1. Since it is type 1, it is also type 0 grammar. Okay. So these are the problems that are related to types of grammar. Okay. In the next class, we'll see some means conversion from finite automata to grammar and grammar to finite automata. We'll see. Okay. Okay. Thanks for watching.